but on my phone tethered right now.
I've never played Starfox.
I think I have Starfox for the SNES, which means if I get a Retron 5, I can use an IPS patch exploit to make it play Starfox 2.
Ooh,
Yeah, that would be worth watching.
that would be.
Hello, Risa stream.
The one thing I would like to try and do is if I got myself some old Japanese, if I got some Japanese cards and got a Retron 5 and do the whole patch I saw in My Life in Gaming where they can make it translate the game for me.
Yeah, they also explain how you can use it to play any ROM you want.
I wonder, I might be able to sneak in there with a static IP. Let me test.
Good luck.
I've never heard of Baby Mario.
Wait, Baby Mario? What?
That's what you said.
The only baby game that I know of that's on the Famicom disc is a Konami game where you play as a super baby.
What about Mecha Baby?
I think it's called Bio Miracle Oopa or something like that.
The FDS was an interesting experiment,
Oh yeah, it definitely was.
but it had some serious flaws.
Yeah, like the fact that it's a floppy drive that has all the flaws of a normal floppy drive, like a drive belt that could break down upon years and years and years of use.
Dem loading times.
The load times aren't exactly that big of a problem on my part.
Oh, they are in certain games like Simon's Quest.
The problem that I have is just simply opening it up just to replace the drive belt. And if you go look at my Twitch archives, you will see me actually opening up and fixing my Famicom disc. Of course, eventually I had to get someone to keep me company.
I need to remove one transistor from my Famicom so I can actually get decent video signal out of it.
I think I have some possible shielding issues with my PS3 because I'm getting a buzz from it.
But yeah, S-Video, when you're doing things like the intro video to Gunstar Heroes, oh, it looks so good.
Let's be honest here, Gunstar Heroes, it looks good in almost any res.
looks good on component or composite, but oh man, on S video it just pops, and when it's like it's doing that vertical scroll in the opening sequence, then it's in S, and you're running it on S video, so it's able to actually do 60 frames per second and look pretty close to progressive scan. Oh man, and there's no frame blur. Incoming enemy. Like SNES composite looks good, and the S video looks better. There is nothing better than Sega's S video offering. So they knew how to do RGB.
That was a loud boom. Like, literally shut down the whole, like, all of my house setup, and I was like, "Phew." I was like, what the hell? Thank you for battery backup. If there's anything you should learn, people, always have a battery backup for your computer.
Let me guess. Transformer Blue.
It sounds like it, even though your grandma says there's thunder and lightning. There isn't. And I'm like, it sounded like a Transformer Blue. Because I know what lightning sounds like, and this one just sounds like a really loud boom sound. It definitely sounded like a Transformer, because it was like as soon as the thing went boom, all the power went out.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of that lately as well.
Your Transformer's going?
There's one down the road from here that just keeps blowing up, and we can see it from our house. And one time we saw it smoking.
Oh, jeez.
Why haven't they replaced it?
It's West Virginia. These people are not very, they're not very apt when it comes to repairing things.
I'm in California. The Transformer blew down my street. They had that shit repaired and replaced inside of a day.
Delta?
And California has Caltrans. Have you ever heard how we deal with Caltrans? We don't. They just lean against their shovels all day and collect a paycheck.
Oh, damn, Delta, I want this.
I know, me too.
It's a PVM!
And it's cheap.
$100? Hell yeah!
You want your games to look... You want your old games to look goddamn good? You get yourself one of them.
Oh, definitely. This is the one where you go, yeah, this is the best TV to get if you want to get the best quality.
This is the one you get when you know how to use a cable cripper, because you're going to have to make a whole bunch of B and C connectors.
That is the issue because of the connectors. That's the only thing I hate about PVMs. The damn connectors.
B and C ain't that hard to make.
Don't they have adapters for them?
Yeah, but it's better to learn how to make them.
Yeah, good point.
Do it like a man.
Real Mario.
Well, the problem is it's like in downtown fucking Philly.
Ew. How far away are you?
Oh, that's a couple hours of driving.
Ew.
It's really not that far. It's just having to go into fucking Philly.
Well, for me, that's kind of the same thing with me driving into Vegas.
Wait, you can play Chrono Trigger co-op? What?
What? For what system?
How?
I'm guessing yes.
No, hang on. It's on SNES. No, I guess it doesn't. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're switching. Oh, it's a 5-hour fucking speed run. They probably switch off. Holy shit, that's a long ass fucking speed run.
I don't get, why would you want to speed run through a story-based game? I can understand speed running through like a platform.
It's probably because they've played it a billion times and they're honing specialized experience in that game. Like they're just doing it to show, hey, this is how good I am at this. It's all speedrunning has ever been.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I get it with platforms, but with RPGs, for me, not so much.
It's not like you speedrun it the first time you played it. You have to know, you have to know the game extremely well.
Even with platformers, you gotta play through that shit several times so that way you get the hang of it.
Man, that's the first thing you have to learn about. You end up learning through your first playthrough of Chrono Trigger is how to go through the celestial fair without getting found guilty for anything.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. I actually recently bought the DS remake for it, and I haven't played it yet, but I forgot about that.
I've got the Super Nintendo cartridge.
Lucky bastard.
Got it for $50.
I originally got it for the PlayStation port of it, which I still have.
Yeah, my roommate's got that one, and I've got the Super Nintendo. I'm happy with the Super Nintendo.
And I came with I forget what Final Fantasy game
I
it
think
came
it's
with.
6.
I think so. That sounds about right. So it's like 6 and Chrono Trigger, and it was like cheap. It was like $15, $20, I think.
I got Final Fantasy 6 on Super Nintendo for like $35, $40. The American version. I think it's up to 100 now.
Good luck.
I've got one game though that every time I tell somebody what I paid for it, they get fucking angry at me.
What was that?
Demon's Crest.
How much did you pay for it?
Got it for $2.
Nice. I guess the seller didn't know what they had, huh?
It was a thrift shop.
Yeah, they didn't know shit about games, I guess.
And they sold me an SNES complete with 2 controllers, all the hookups for like $8 extra. I was like, what? Sold.
You know what sucks is
I didn't even know Demon's Crest was rare when I bought it. I was like, oh, hey, Demon's Crest. Cool, that looks like a fun game.
I just the last like 4 or 5 times I've gone to Goodwill, I haven't found shit.
Oh my Jesus, it's going for $125.
I wonder how much Final Fantasy VII is going for. Not the non-greatest hits version for PlayStation.
Let's see. Honestly, that greatest hits thing doesn't mean much in terms of game value.
I'm thinking that the price of play dropped significantly since they've been doing all these ports of them.
People think that the black label makes it worth more, but honestly, the black label's probably more common.
I miss the days when GameStop used to sell PC games and used to sell PlayStation games and even PlayStation 2 games. They don't even sell PlayStation 2 anymore.
No, they just throw the discs in the fucking dumpster.
Which is sad because it's like I still have a working PlayStation 2. I play PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games.
Depending, it's PlayStation 2. You put PlayStation 1 games in it, it can put them out into it in 240p progressive scan over component. And it looks goddamn pretty. Secret of Mana is dirt cheap.
How much?
Let's see, Secret of Mana. Like it's averaging like at most 40?
Have they? I don't think they've done any ports of that, have they?
Not really. Sold listings. Oh wow, you can get it in the Japanese version as cheap as $1.
Damn.
I've got some here that's one went for 61 cents. Looks like it's averaging about $10 in the Japanese version. Looks about 20 to 40 depending on condition.
I wouldn't say that I'm really a collector. If there's a game that I like to play, I just want to play it. I don't care if it's on an older system or a more modern system. I prefer modern systems, so that way I know I have more life that I can get out of it.
You ain't gonna get more life than you are out of a ROM cartridge. That cartridge will work until the internals decay at the atomic level.
I'm talking more along the lines of, let's say your console craps out on you. Good fucking luck.
Let's see, my NES has been gone for 30 years now.
If something were to happen where it could die,
I'd go and get another one because it was the biggest selling console in history.
at least I don't know of any places around here, because all the game shops I have around here, they only sell modern shit. They might be able to find a PlayStation 2.
There's eBay, man. eBay, Craigslist. Everybody had an NES.
Taking a chance though with going through that kind of shit.
And even if I can't find one, I can probably fix the one I have.
I'm still kicking myself for getting rid of my Nintendos.
I kick myself for getting rid of my Game Boy Advance.
Good luck.
I kick myself for that too, because I had Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced.
I had all three of the Castlevanias. What else did I have? Pokemon Sapphire. My buddy got Guilty Gear for the Game Boy Advance before it came out in the United States. because somebody imported it from the European market, and then sold it to GameStop.
Why would you do that?
Well, you could do that because the GBA was completely region free.
Did that? I didn't see anyone use a Game Boy Advance SP. Were those successful at all?
The SP was wildly successful.
I don't know. I guess just the area where I was, just no one had an SP.
Man, I bought the Game Boy Advance like the week after it came out.
I was always a generation behind because my parents like, you haven't. They were the type of parents like, you have a Nintendo. Why do you need anything else?
No. I worked my ass off on a paper route to get that fucker. That was mine.
That's what I ended up doing as I got older. I finally got some jobs, like summer jobs, and made some money. And then I'm like, hell yeah, buy myself a Game Boy Pocket. Hell yeah, Game Boy Color. Hell yeah, Pokemon Gold. Hell yeah, Game Boy Advance.
I bought myself a PlayStation 1. Bought myself a Dreamcast. Bought myself a GameCube.
Let's see, the last console, actually the only console my parents, my family ever really got me was okay, they got me an NES, and then they also did give me my first Game Boy. They got me a Game Boy Pocket. So they got me those, but all my other consoles that I ended up getting, I paid for, because over time I ended up getting myself a Game Boy Color, got myself a Game Boy Advance, got myself a PlayStation 2. Right now, I have a PlayStation 2, a PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, GameCube, DS, and 2DS, and a PSP.
My parents, bought an N64 and one game for it. My siblings would hate when my parents would, say, you can't play the N64 now, you're in trouble. I was like, okay. I take all of my games and the expansion pack out of the N64. Like, fuck you. I'll take all of my shit with me.
Nice.
I owned every other game we had for it. Quake, Doom 64, Perfect Dark, GoldenEye. Cruisin' USA was mine, all of it. They got Yoshi's Story, that was it.
I played the shit out of an NES, though. My sister had an SNES. That's where I got to play my very first RPG ever.
My first RPG was Final Fantasy.
My first RPG, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
Ew.
That was before I even knew what an RPG was. So yeah, it's a bad game. It's a bad game. I'm not one to deny that, but it holds sentimental value to me because it was my first RPG.
Why did they name Chrono Iwata? I don't. Iwata made sense with Earthbound, not so much Chrono Trigger.
What did I walk into?
Watch an SGDQ.
Oh.
They named Chrono Iwata. Why?
I can speedrun Castlevania if you like.
Mad props, that baggage lizard. How is Dragon Warrior? I've never actually played it.
Boring.
It is not boring. It is old.
Is it better or worse than Mystic Quest?
Worse.
No. First of all, I'm one of those people that doesn't actually think Mystic Quest isn't that bad. I have played worse.
I thought it was great
But
too.
But Dragon Warrior is very simple. It was a game that came out in 1986 in Japan, which has its roots in things like Ultima and Highlight.
Also,
So if you think that the NES version was bad, the Famicom version was even worse. They fixed a lot of stuff that would not have flown over here in the States. It's simple, and besides that, it just only ran with one party. It only ran with one party member at the time. Then they had to contend with Final Fantasy, so the second one had to have the party. Yeah.
Get really used to hearing da 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 over and over.
It's from 1986. Do you expect your music to be varied? Hell, The Legend of Zelda had, what, 3 tracks in it? Maybe 4?
Yeah, but at least they were interesting.
I don't know, that music put me to sleep after a couple hours.
No, you want to get put to sleep. You play Phantasy Star Online.
Hey, that music was awesome.
It was awesome until you put like 1,000 hours into it, and then it was just like, ah.
Well, that's your fault.
And now I'm stuck playing Phantasy Star Online 2.0, which is known as Destiny.
As opposed to the Phantasy Star Online version 2.
Which only is in Japanese and doesn't...
No. Version 2, not 2.
Oh man, I remember playing PSO with my buddies on the GameCube. That was awesome.
Tenderfoot.
I played it on the Dreamcast, but the GameCube was better. GameCube had split screen.
GameCube had split screen.
I'm probably one of the few people that never ever got to try Phantasy Star Online. In fact, my last
don't
one.
laugh. The split screen was awesome because you could punch the assholes next to you stealing all the fucking items.
In fact, my last Phantasy Star game was 4.
Well, aside from Phantasy Star Online and Phantasy Star Online version 2, the only Phantasy Star game I actually own is 1.
I need to get a power-based converter.
I have one of those.
It's basically just a cart adapter.
Yeah.
It just changes the pin out.
Yeah. And it'll take the card games also. So. And it looks better on the Genesis as opposed to using a Master System.
That depends on your Master System. If you have an original Master System, you can hit the original Master System also outputs RGB.
Yes, but the brightness seems to be better on the Genesis.
So Phantasy Star is pretty much the only game worth owning a power-based converter for.
No, not necessarily.
There's also Zillion. Zillion comes to mind.
Master System did not have a lot of good games.
I disagree. I think the Genesis version, the Master System version of Double Dragon was better. Zillion's supposed to be good. Outrun was supposed to be at least interesting. But Space Harrier is supposed to be really good.
Yeah, but if you're gonna play Space Harrier and Outrun and you have a Genesis, why would you get the Master System versions?
The Space Harrier was not on the Genesis.
Yes, it was.
No, Space Harrier 2.
Space Harrier 2.
Well, whatever. I own a Saturn, so I can get the best version of the home get version of fucking Space Harrier.
I heard the
Saturn's best.
PS2 had the best version, but it was in Japan only.
So, out of all the games that you've played, Which game do you think that you've put the most hours in?
Are you talking about me?
Everyone.
Oh, don't ask me that question. I've put in too many hours into too many games.
I only had like 20 NES cartridges, and that was all the games I had for a very long time.
I can tell you I put 124 hours into Fallout New Vegas.
I put too many hours into Skull and Crossbones on the NES.
Never played that.
Don't, it's bad.
Hey, I'm the one who said Cheetah Men 2 The Lost Levels isn't actually that bad.
It's definitely not good.
2260.
Oh, yay, the courtroom scene.
2260. That's the amount of hours I put into Star Trek Online.
Oh, there you go. $41 hours into Sleeping Dogs.
I want to say that when it comes to old school consoles, the game that I put the most hours in would probably be Super Mario Brothers 3.
That's about right.
I played the shit out of that for like every weekend through middle school.
I have a nearly 100% complete Time Splitters 2 save.
Nearly complete?
99.7%.
Oh my god, fuck that banana level.
Banana level?
There's a level where you have to run through the Aztec temple grabbing all the bananas. Keep in mind, this is an FPS game.
Right.
And you have to do it within a certain amount of time in order to get the gold, which will unlock other stuff.
You forget that there's a platinum.
There is a platinum.
Everything had a platinum. And they didn't tell you what it was.
There was that, there was the fucking bricks. Now, the monkey clay shooting, while fun, it was also kind of frustrating, but still fun. Didn't take away from the fact that it was fun. Those are the only ones that really stick out.
What the hell do I know?
But yeah, I didn't care much for the bananas, and I didn't care for the one where you have to throw bricks through all the windows and do it within what 35? No, not 35 seconds. It was, I forget how long it was.
I don't even remember.
I just loved building maps with that game.
I beat the pants off that game.
You know, I'm almost tempted to bring that Xbox back with me next year, just so I can make a Time Splitters map and have the Mafia play it.
I have it on GameCube. I have an Xbox, but its optic drive doesn't work, and somebody installed XNBC on it, and I can't figure out how to make that fucker work.
XBMC it's kind of finicky, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature.
Speaking of these classic games, I'm gonna go ahead and start playing Chrono Trigger on my DS.
That's a good one.
I want to get Persona Q, but I haven't found a used copy yet, and the new copies are going for like $50. So I'm like, fuck no.
Oh man, that's gonna. I really need. I should probably get a Retron 5, honestly.
It'll help you play translating stuff.
Yes, it will. It'll help you play just about anything, honestly.
Except for Castlevania 3, again.
So Retron 5 does for Castlevania 3.
Ish.
Besides, if I want to play Castlevania 3, I have Castlevania 3 and an NES. But yeah, Retron 5 has a proper emulator in it. It doesn't use a shitty system on a chip.
Yeah, proper emulator that they stole.
Yeah, drama. It still works.
Is there a whole bunch of controversy around that?
They wholesale stole the emulator code.
Yay, I got the second prisoner.
If I really wanted to be crazy, I could build a JAMA adapter. I found out that Neo Geo MVSs are dirt cheap.
That I found kind of weird.
Well, the system itself, like an MVS board, is really cheap. Like you get an MVS like single card board for like $100. Now, getting the games.
The games are even cheaper. That's the weird part about it.
No, they're not.
Depends on the game.
But you looking for a marquee title like Metal Slug, you're gonna pay.
Metal Slug, maybe 6, maybe 5. Slug 1.
Metal Slug 2 is $150.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's
On
it?
the MVS, not on the AES.
No, that's it? Pow. Pow.
Oh, hey, look at that! Neo Geo, MVS, Metal Slug 2, $40.
I could have swore I saw a King of Fighters title for about $35.
Shipping from Korea.
That's not too bad, at least they're one of the Asia Pacific companies.
The boards look legit. I'm glad that the people selling it know that when you're selling these things, you really do have to open the cartridge and show the boards. Though I think it's kind of suspect that it has 1994 silk screened onto the board, but the end label says 1998. That crazy moment when you realize they made the Neo Geo MVS for like 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years making the exact same arcade machine.
At least until they did
Holy shit.
until the advent of the Neo Geo 64.
Metal Slug, full box kit, 55 bucks. Includes your inlays, your marquees. Wow. You know, I think I might get into this.
Wow, prices of these things have actually gone way down.
I think a lot of it is it's probably liquidation stock from the Asian market.
Yeah, because King of Fighters 2003, 65.
Shit, man, we might have some MVSs at,
That's cheap. I remember when Blazing Star used to be $500. That's why I went, pal, come on, 150 bucks for Metal Slug 2, really?
You know, I think I might get into this as soon as I have the money.
I mean, would I rather have the AES stuff? Yeah,
I could,
but have
listen,
an
I've
MVS
got the
cabinet?
electronic, and all I need really is some way to convert RGB to, like, component.
No, you don't. Just run it through a SCART cable. Or run
I
it
don't
through
have a
BNC.
SCART. I don't have a SCART TV. I don't have a TV that does RGB.
Nobody in the U.S. does.
And I don't feel like spending $300 on an XRGB 3.
Or an XRGB Mini.
I'd love to own a Framemeister, don't get me wrong, but that's a lot of money.
I know. 350 bucks after shipping. And I still have to modify the Nintendo, the AV Famicom, and the Super Nintendo Mini.
What are you modifying those for?
They don't output RGB.
The Super Nintendo, well, the Mini,
The Mini
SNES
has the best.
2 doesn't.
The SNES Mini has the best picture, but it doesn't output RGB natively.
It doesn't output anything but composite.
But the chip is still there. It still works. It just needs to be put stuff. It just needs to have the wires put in the right place.
The SNES original is just simple.
Yeah, but like I say, I'm not a perfectionist. I just want everything to flow.
Actually, the original SNES actually output RGB.
Yeah, I know. But it run there. Like I say, I'm doing
You gotta get the
picture
SCART
quality.
adapter or the JP21 plug.
Well, you can do a SCART adapter. You can do a SCART adapter and get a JP21 from Japan if you really wanted to.
But yeah, I need to get. Well, let me see how much a component RGB to component thingy would cost.
Those are actually pretty cheap if you go SCART to RGB or SCART to component or BNC to component. All you got to do is get the wire. All you got to do is get the video wire. That's not bad.
But it's PAL. Well,
They
it
do.
does
They
NTSC.
I was about to say they make.
Okay, it comes
Euro
with 110
SCART
volt. Okay. Problem is you gotta remember to write it like in big bold letters on your SCART adapter that it says that it is SCART.
Yeah, not JP21, right?
Because you don't ever want to plug a SCART into a JP21 and vice versa.
No, the wires are wrong. Not to mention voltages.
It'll kill whatever you plug it into.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
How about Metal Slug 3 on the AES for $1,150? I just figure I'd throw that out there. It's complete.
Why would you pay that much?
I'm just saying it's there.
I can get it. Let's see, I can get a complete box set for the MVS for $100.
Yeah, Metal Slug 2 for the AES, $1,800.
People who collect for the AES are retarded. You can get all the games that were on the AES, on the MVS, for cheaper. And you can
People
use
want the old stuff.
And you can use the dip switches to make it so much easier to play.
But what's the point of that?
9 credits per coin. Click, 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 click. Okay.
Where's the challenge of that?
Oh, you want challenge? Okay. 1 life per coin. 9 coins per credit. Level 7 difficulty.
No fun anymore.
You could get Metal Slug 1 for $70 on the MDS.
Oh, I know. There's stuff that's fine.
I miss in high school, there was a pizza place nobody went to because their pizza sucked and the better pizza was right next door. But they had an MVS, and it had Metal Slug. I always kind of found it ironic, the single cartridge MVS. A single cartridge slot, multiple video system.
Hey, if anybody's here, can somebody jump into the show here and see if you can actually join it?
Sure.